everyone. Welcome back to Fika for Life.
Whoop, whoop.
Ooh.
We are. You are.
We are. Are we the same person now? We share the same body, but we're two different voices.
Woo. That's
That'd be kind of
biblical.
cool. I'd like to share it.
No, I don't want to share your body. My
Yeah?
name is Linh and my co-host is.
Edward Thomas.
And our special guest is.
My name is Timmy.
Timmy.
You forgot the first part of your name. Saint.
Saint Timmy. So guys, if
Yes.
you listen to us, the last episode we were starting to talk about disappointment and maybe how to deal with it. And I think we concluded that life is full of disappointments.
Yes, it is.
And the way to deal with them was, Ed.
Aha, I
You
forgot what I...
remember?
No, that was... Yeah, I'm like a goldfish. I can't remember what I said 2 weeks ago.
You said is what was it? Maybe prayer.
Yes.
You remember prayer? Not to fall into despair.
Yes.
Being able to share it with someone else.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you should have a co-host that's a lot younger than you, because that way you don't have to remember anything. Just like, Lynn, what did I say?
And I think I said to not dwelling on disappointments.
Yeah.
But Timmy, what is your experience with disappointment? And how do you deal with it?
Well, I think I experience disappointment every day.
Good job, man.
Wow.
Everyone experiences disappointment because I'm a very goal-orientated person. So I literally just think of everything most of the
Of
day.
everything. I want to be in control.
I have
Oh, he sounds like Trevor again.
I have a book where I literally write down everything for the day that I'm going to do.
Oh
so
my gosh.
when
I'm listening to Timmy's voice and I'm just going like, oh my gosh, it's just so smooth. I'm sorry, Timmy. I'm trying to listen to you seriously, but you have just this beautiful voice and I'm just like drooling over here like, God, why do I sound like a freak? And he sounds like a man. No,
Anyway, moving on.
I'm disappointed.
Yes,
I
be
think with
disappointed.
me,
Get over it.
I'm a very realistic kind of person where if there's a box and I want to tick that box, I need to think in a sense, how am I feeling when I tick that box? What is the intention of me actually ticking that box?
Are you really that reflective when you
Yes.
do things?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Very.
Dang.
And I'm very self-critical as well.
Really?
Well, that's not always good.
Exactly.
Not
but
always.
it's also very good to be self-critical and also critical in certain instances that you literally look at the situation where you think of the entire context of the situation and you also think about the situation itself. Let's just say I really wanted ice cream.
Well, I want it
And-
every day.
Yeah,
Exactly.
me too.
I know.
Isn't that amazing?
I'm addicted to it.
I know.
I know.
Ice cream is like, I'm like, if I get to heaven, there's no ice cream, I'll be like,
I'll be like, God, are you
is there a
serious
place
right
I can
now?
put an order in for stuff? You like, is there like a...
Can it get
A wish
delivered from
list?
hell?
Wish list anywhere?
Where can I
Somewhere?
get ice cream? I want ice
Yeah.
cream.
So if I decided that I wanted ice cream today, let me think. Okay, I'm going to go to ICA and I'm going to buy ice cream. But if I get to ICA, I probably might
Buy
not,
other stuff.
might not get ice cream because it was sold out the exact flavor that I want.
Ooh.
So then I'm a bit disappointed. But there's also another variety of other ice creams I can choose from. And then I walk to the till. But on the way to the till, I've realized that I can pick up some fruits and I can pick up a couple of things on the way to the till. Get there when I'm supposed to pay, and then I don't have enough money on my card.
I thought you say the ice cream was melted.
The ice cream is melted as well. 2 disappointments. How do I make that? How do I cope with that? I go home. I literally have the ice cream. Wonderful. I'm super happy. Now I've had all this sugar and I was supposed to sleep at a specific time. I can't because now I am literally on my sugar rush. I'm now going bananas. I'm disappointed because I planned I'm going to sleep at this time because I need to wake up because I need to go to work. Another thing, now I'm overthinking it sometimes. Sometimes you think...
Definitely.
Yeah, right now my brain is hurting. I'm going like, there's no way possible that I would think that much about it. I am
Getting
so...
ice cream.
I'm so into the lizard brain thing. I'm like,
Ice cream?
geez.
No.
Yeah, but
Jeez, there was not my ice cream flavor, but since I have 15 flavors to choose from in a
Just
list
take
of
the next
orders,
best.
I'm like, there's no way there can never be an ice cream flavor that I couldn't take because I have 15.
ice cream is
so
ice cream.
No, but I have 15, so I have an order, and I just keep going down the list so that whatever I take is the day's best flavor.
But then that's the thing. We think differently as people, and different things and different aspects of a situation or thing is very important to different people. So that's why people experience disappointment at such different levels or at
Different rates.
different rates and impacts as
my
well, which
gosh.
we need to be very considerate of
But
if we are dealing
So
with.
disappointment is actually, it's like one of those individual kind. It's like you can't have a mass hallucination because everyone's brain chemistry is different. So there's no way that the brain chemistry is all be tied together to hallucinate the same thing at the same time.
But I
That'd
think
be
it's
fun.
also
So for disappointment, it's like a hallucination. I mean that you're like what would be disappointing to me wouldn't be disappointing to you.
yes.
And even if it's the same thing, we still may not be experiencing it at the same depth.
Yes.
But it's just like
Because-
pain. Pain is also really individual.
I don't know. I don't go around slapping people. Do you slap people? How much
No,
pain do
but-
we inflict upon people?
When we're talking about this, I'm just thinking about. I always think about kids because I have. Yeah, I
Jeez,
just have
you
a
must
new
have just-
baby now.
you must have
and
just had a baby.
I can't focus on other things. Anyway, I like to browse the internet and a lot of things when it comes to kids and parenting and stuff and life, because there are so many things in a childhood that you set kids up for somehow, and I read a lot about that. You as a parent have a really big role in teaching your kid resilience. And it has a lot to do with disappointment, like to help the kids go through disappointment, not protecting them from all life's disappointment
Wow.
that you can experience as a 3, 5, 11, 12, 16-year-old. Because some
60-year-old.
things, yeah, but I mean, 16-year-olds, I think
No, 60.
60 years old was difficult for me because then I need to be like 80 if I want to protect my 60-year-old kid from a disappointment.
Okay, I was just.
So,
I'm sorry, I was thinking about myself.
long
but-
way to go. But I think that, I don't know, it starts with my daughter just being disappointed that when she asks for candy, I say no. And she's like, please, only one. I'm like, no.
Wow.
Well, it's a disappointment, but
It's a very huge disappointment for
I
her.
could never tell your daughter no if she wanted candy.
I would.
I'll go out. I'll like steal the mountain of sugar and like here you go. Here you go, Numi.
no.
Eat all you want.
no, but I mean, then she has to deal with this disappointment, and most kids they get angry, get sad, they nag, they cry, they
They
beg.
act out.
Yeah, and that's part of like dealing with their disappointment. So I think
So-
when parents just keep always giving in, it's stealing the opportunity for them to learn about how do you deal with disappointment. Because sometime in your life, you will end up with a situation or with people who will disappoint you.
Oh, yes. That I can say a lot. Especially with relationships as well. It's very
Well,
intricate.
you know, since I am the epitome of all men, again, I wouldn't know. No, okay, no, no. But I think probably the biggest disappointments are actually around our interaction with other people.
That people
So where there's like,
disappoint you.
I mean, you know, like when you're a kid, you often think that your parents are like infallible and you know nothing bad's going to come from them, and then parents who are sinners like the rest of us
Just people
end up disappointing you.
making
No,
bad decisions.
and I think that's one of the problems with disappointment is that, or expectations, we expect people to be God. We expect people to be without sin,
Perfect.
without failure, without shortcomings. And when you put that kind of pressure on someone, you're asking for disappointment. You're asking for, it's like,
It's just a matter of time.
yeah, exactly. And so I think it's really important that, that you don't expect things of people that are unreasonable.
Yeah.
But I
'Cause-
think there goes the
Definitely.
discussion because some people would say, but that's totally reasonable. And some people will say, no, that's not reasonable.
if you expect someone to be something other than what people can be, so if you're expecting someone to meet all of your needs and you get disappointed, I really thought that we were compatible and that you're going to meet all my needs. I'm like, no, I am not God. Stop it. Hello, I'm just human.
Yeah, but the thing is as well, people's reality and also ideology is not matching sometimes, because you can have an expected thought of someone, or like maybe a dream or like a wish list about someone, and then you meet someone and then you talk to someone and then you literally feel like, this person is not taking the list that I expected, or the outcome that I expected from this person is supposed to be this, and you just get so disappointed.
I feel like I'm really stupid. I need to go back to school.
You need to go to Timmy's school, the school of Saint Tim.
Okay, so can you find a cave somewhere?
Why?
Because when you sit in the cave, then people come to the cave of wisdom.
Oh my gosh.
And so they sleep there overnight. And so, okay, Timmy, impart wisdom. And you would like come with those sweet rolling words of wisdom
Why
into the
he
heart.
can just make like fortune cookies with his wisdom.
Okay, that was. I guess it's another. I don't know what kind of school you ever went to, but
That's a business idea.
yeah. So I went to the fortune cookie school. So when we had a math problem, we had to take the fortune cookie, open it up. Aha! This is today's test. It's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, but I think when you are not realistic and reasonable in your reasoning about what you expect from someone or you expect from a specific thing, you end up disappointed.
Yeah.
But I think, how can you not maybe but somehow protect yourself from disappointment?
No one is ever fully protected against disappointment. Then you don't have feelings at all. Then you don't have hopes or ambitions or plans.
I challenge you on that one, mister.
How so?
Because I think that if you so one way in which I dealt with disappointment was that I stopped expecting things of people.
That's really sad, though.
I just don't expect anything, and that way you can never disappoint me.
But
it doesn't mean I don't want you to do anything. It's just that I don't put it in the context of an expectation. So I may tell you, here's a secret about something, please don't tell other people. And what I'm expecting you is that
tell.
Yeah, but I'm expecting the strength of your promise.
Yeah.
And so it's not the same thing as an expectation of you to be perfect or anything. But if you do tell people, then I just know, okay, well, now I can't trust you with anything.
Yeah, but then it also comes back to what you think is reasonable. You already said that it's about your reasonability. That how reasonable are you when you have a certain expectation? Because for you to trust someone, you have an expectation of that person.
Yeah, otherwise you would just tell anyone.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
you have a certain expectation of that
That's
person.
the problem. That's why I get disappointed.
So if you
treat everyone the same.
Let's sum this up. If you get disappointed, it means you're still human and you have probably a reasonable expectation about people.
But question yourself as well. Is that a reasonable expectation?
Yeah, I think that people should. I don't know. I always try to look on the bright side of life.
True, but I would say I'm a very practical person as well.
Really?
I used to think that too, and now I'm just thinking I'm cheerful.
Wow. That pregnancy really does something for you. I want one of those pregnancy drugs. Woo! Get a baby, and it's like you're just all crazy. Man, time is running away from us. Okay, here's a couple of things. Some things you're going to be disappointed about in life. Yourself, other people, whatever. And a lot of it is just that you're just going to have to just deal with it. That's just one. I think that's one of the things that we've come to quite a lot is that you have to deal with it.
I can challenge you on that because I feel...
Challenge me. Give me an example.
Bring it on.
Bring a case study. I want a case study.
I feel, in a sense, to a certain measure, in a reasonable way, you accept what you do not want to change.
Wait, what? Can
no,
you say
I
it
can't
again?
change what I can accept.
No, but there's...
What?
You can
Wait, I can't follow you.
as people, you always have a choice.
What did you say, Timmy?
I
Unless-
said you accept what you do not want to change.
It's like the serenity.
the prayer of serenity.
Yeah, with the
Help me to change what I cannot change and not
Accept the
change what I
things-
can
accept
change.
the things that I cannot change, and to give me the strength to change the things that
That you can.
I can.
And to know the difference
Exactly.
between the two.
And know
Oh,
the
yeah.
but then that's
Are you
where
an
it comes in
alcoholic?
with the question of choice. You can make either decision where you literally feel like you can change yourself in the situation or change the situation completely or move out of that situation.
But I think it's really nice
Unless
because
the universe is determined.
no,
No,
If you believe in determinism,
no,
No,
we're
then
not
you're
going
just-
there.
then
We're
you're
not
just-
going there.
I don't do
that's
that.
the good place. I've got to go there. I have to.
No.
I love the good place. All right.
But I
No
mean, I
determinism.
understand why that is. It's a prayer, isn't it?
What is?
The serenity.
Yeah, it is a prayer.
Why they use it in the AA meetings?
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think it's hopeful and it
Yeah.
gives
Yeah.
strength and
I think
to
it's a good
clarify
thing.
what you can do. What are your options?
yeah.
Yeah, so you.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying a choice. You accept what you do not want to change. So there's always change. There's always choice. Everyone always constantly has a choice.
So how do you know that? Because settling is like a really bad thing. Should never do that.
What do you
But
mean
settling is also
settling?
not a bad thing as well.
So settling is like when you just accept what you got instead of
Is
what you
that
can.
so bad?
Instead of what you can get.
Isn't that what
is
God?
that so
isn't that what
bad?
God tells us like to be?
But
What's
to
it
settle?
called? Yeah.
No, God doesn't say
No,
that.
God doesn't say that.
He says,
we should-
stretching forward to the goal that Christ has laid before us, I leave all the crapola of life behind me. That's how you don't get disappointed. You got to stretch forward to the new goal and leaving the crapola behind you.
But don't
No,
be
but I'm
unreasonable
I'm
because
talking
His
about other
will
things.
is also life.
I'm talking about that.
Maybe.
Oh,
What's it called? To
I'm just
be
kidding.
Lord, Jesus, come back.
to be content. To be content. That's the word.
Yeah.
Yes.
But contentment is so contentment is not settling though. Contentment
No.
is an acceptance of my now, my reality now. So if I'm hungry now, it doesn't necessarily mean because I'm a bad person, I'm a
I'm
failure
just
or
settled
anything.
with this. Okay, I'm
just,
hungry.
No, it's just an acceptance that right now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And if you don't, because when we put value on things, that's how we. So if I put a high value on something, it's easy to become disappointed because I'm expecting so much out of it. Whereas if I can just accept things as they are, I mean, think about this: that
But accept it in a good
Jesus
attitude,
says,
though.
"Give us this day our daily bread."
Yeah.
And if I'm, and if you take that and take back to the context of Exodus, where God told them to go out and just get just enough for that one day, and if they got, unless it was on the Sabbath, if they went out and gathered more manna, what happened? It
More
was
food.
It
rotted
rot.
with worms in it.
It rot.
Yeah.
And God was trying to get them to change their, to have a paradigm shift where they would accept their now, and then what happens
To
is
be
that
totally dependent.
no, my tomorrow, which is not here, rests within someone else's hands.
But I think they had a
And so I
lot
have
of
to release it.
unrest because of their background, because they were hoarding. They were hoarders because they were thinking, we are here, we're going to lose our lives. We just came from Egypt. We almost died. We lived like slaves.
And I thought they came from Texas. That's why they were hoarders. Oh well. So much.
I don't
know
think
anything.
it's a location thing. I think it's just a generation thing. Because
It
my
is.
parents are hoarders.
Really?
And Jonas' parents are hoarders. So
My wife says I'm a hoarder, but I don't know why she said that. I never throw anything away.
My parents aren't hoarders. My mom, if something is loose, she's like,
you
throw
see,
it away.
it's the
My mom is
Wow.
like,
your
throw it
mom.
away.
Your mom throws it away,
My mom hates hoarding.
and your dad. Is he the hoarder?
My dad just doesn't know things are there. He just keeps buying, and then
So he's a hoarder
That's
too.
how-
when everything
I like
is
the way
in,
you
a,
put that,
in a
Jimmy.
pile, my mom is just like getting rid of stuff.
When it's in a pile, that's like only hoarders have piles.
Yeah, my dad and I think my dad and my sister are the hoarders. Because me and my mom are just like, no, keep it clean, keep it fresh, the minimum. Not the bare minimum, but work with what you have and use it in a way. And if you don't use something, you don't need it. Get rid
Oh
of
my
it.
gosh, that sounds like my wife. She's trying to always make me throw stuff away. I'm like, listen, one day I might be skinny again.
No.
I know it's been 20 years, but you when I throw that shirt away, I paid good money for
No.
that shirt. I'm gonna be small again one day.
It would have secretly disappeared if I lived with you.
Oh my
Trust
god.
me.
And then something like,
Tim, you like stealing my clothes. I'd be coming home like, man.
I would sell it. You would just see it online.
You would
Somebody
steal my
wearing-
he's gonna steal my clothes and sell them and keep the money. He's like, I never have to work. Keep buying clothes. Like, I don't know what's wrong with my
Is
clothes.
that a disappointment for who? It's a win-win for everyone.
No, not for me. I don't like to buy new clothes. Haven't you guys noticed I've never dressed stylish?
No.
I'm always dressed in whatever was stylish like 10 years ago because that's what's always on sale. And so I'm just like, yeah.
I thought that was on top of your clothes pile.
No. I don't have a pile of clothes. I have a closet stuffed.
With
I
clothes.
mean, you can't even move anything. It's just stuffed in there.
It's like my
yeah.
parents' closet. I'm like,
It's
why
like
you guys
stuffed.
keep buying things? I think it's a generation thing.
Exactly. Those of us who are
Because
the
my
other
parents
generation.
are born in your generation.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why I like them so much. They're so smart.
Okay, sorry.
Wow, she just let that wind go there like that. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I guess breastfeeding does that to you. Produces extra gas when you can't pump. It's like
That's true.
Does it?
Might does. I don't know. I ate too much kale.
But what would you say? How should you positively deal with disappointment? Because there's
See it
also
as a challenge.
there's always a negative side to it.
Okay, well,
but
I'm gonna go to the cave of Saint Timmy, take a little nap, wake up,
Take your fortune
spread my incense around, and say, "So Saint Timmy, I'm not really sure how to handle disappointment. Do you have any words of wisdom for me, sir?"
Well, he asked you. Now you go back to the cave and ask him.
Yes, that's why you ask me. I go to Saint Timmy, and I come back and say, "Well, I've been thinking for a while."
You two are horrible.
Well, I think
No, okay. How do I
it's-
disappoint you? Ask
Yeah,
me. How do I-
positively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If disappointment is a part of life,
It
like
is.
other types of
It
pain and
is.
struggle and stuff like that, then what happens is that there are tools for dealing with everything. And you have to figure out what those tools are. I think that disappointment, like learning how to be a good loser and learning how to be a good winner, we can learn how to be disappointed in such a way so it doesn't like break us.
Make us bitter.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you really don't want to be bitter from disappointment because then you lose. But I think that one of the things is just to sort of confront it. That's why I like case studies because it's hard for me to like philosophize. I'm not as eloquent as you are. I feel like there's a competition now. No, okay. No, but like so if you had like a certain case or something like, you've been working at a company for a long time, and it's time for promotion. And this is the second time the other people have gotten promoted, but you really you have great sales or whatever it is that you're doing at the company. People love you, and then they give the promotion to someone with less experience, not as competent.
You feel like you are treated unfairly.
Yeah, so that's one level of disappointment where you feel like I'm disappointed because I feel like I've been treated unfairly. I feel like I've been contributing to the company, and the company doesn't appreciate what I've done. And if you hear, I keep saying I, because that's the negative type of disappointment, where it's focused only on me. It's focused on what I think, what I feel, and I'm not saying it's wrong. You have to express yourself. You have to know your feelings and everything, but you also have to turn that inward focus from I into something else.
Like what?
And so you can, if every disappointment is actually a learning experience.
Yeah. Turning
What do
point.
I learn? What do I learn from this thing?
Yeah.
So there's a person in the Bible. His name is Joseph. And I was listening to a sermon this morning where Joseph is. God decides that he needs to get the brothers to hate him enough because God's ultimate plan is for him to come to Egypt. So the brothers hate Joseph enough to where they put him into a well and they sell him into slavery.
That's bad.
And when
brotherhood.
Joseph gets to Egypt, he's a slave, and then he gets thrown into jail for something he doesn't do. The baker and the cupbearer come there. The baker and cupbearer have a dream. Joseph explains the dream for them. Tells the cupbearer, "Listen, you're going to be restored. Remember me." The Bible says it takes 2 years before he remembers Joseph. Now Joseph is in jail even longer before he finally comes out to see Pharaoh. By the time he meets his brothers again, and his dad dies, and now his brothers are afraid Joseph is going to try to take revenge on us. And Joseph says, what you meant for evil, God meant for good. And it's one of those classic statements in the Bible that helps us to deal with disappointment. What I'm disappointed about, I mean, even though it may be painful and not fun at this moment, it may have a higher purpose that I don't realize. And the thing is that Joseph's in jail 13 years. When he gets out, he doesn't seek revenge from his brothers.
No.
He doesn't seek revenge on Potiphar's wife, and he doesn't seek revenge on the cupbearer.
No.
And that means that somehow he was able to process that, work through that, without becoming bitter, without seeking revenge, without saying, "Look what you guys have done to me." And he was able to see that in the disappointment, there was a higher plan, a higher purpose.
It turned out to the good.
Yeah, and that's why you can say the same thing like in the book of Job, the crucifixion of Jesus, if we use Christian themes, from the most injustice thing, or the thing with the greatest amount of injustice, then humanity has the opportunity to become saved. But Jesus has to die on the cross and take the punishment for all of humanity first. So every disappointment, if it's a learning lesson, I've got to learn my lesson from the disappointment. I've got to be teachable in the disappointment. If I'm not teachable in the disappointment, then I can't learn anything.
Then you're an idiot, because then you will keep experiencing the same.
That's what the Bible says. Idiots don't learn. It says fools don't. It says don't even try to teach a fool. If you teach a fool, you're just wasting your time.
Idiots don't learn.
It says don't even answer the fool.
Glenn,
What?
do you maybe have some short advice though?
Well, I think it was the same with Ed, but I explained it in a way of not dwelling on it. So the same way, you should learn from that disappointment. What can I do with this information now that I know that those things led to this outcome and it made me disappointed? So what can I learn from this? So I don't end up in the same situation again and get the same disappointment again. It's all about learning. Yes.
I would say never let anything steal your peace. Because if you never let anything steal your peace, you get disappointed, but you still have peace where you can literally look at what's important to you. Is it important that you maybe lost something, or maybe is it important that you feel like you're not getting somewhere in life, or you're feeling like things are too much in that moment? I think you should not let anyone steal your peace, because you can always... What you already have, you can always step. That is your beacon. That is your bench. That is your where you can go further from. You can always jump from that height, or whatever height you're at. I personally think that dealing with disappointment, always question yourself. What have I gotten out of that which I have been disappointed with? What have you learned? How do you take this in your stride? How do you grow as a person? Or how can you invest better in people, relationships, companies, whatever the thing may be, where you literally feel like, I have made this mistake beforehand. It's part of the learning process. It's part of the growth pains.
I think that everyone should just get help when dealing with disappointment. It's always good to have other people looking at the same misery and maybe telling you something from a different angle that you haven't seen, that you have a blind spot for or something. So, are we happy, guys?
Yeah. And also take care of your own mental health as well. Because I think sometimes people have really bad mental health issues because of disappointments that they have experienced. Talk to a professional as well if you need help. Speak to family. Just confront the problem so that you can deal with it. The only way over it is through it sometimes.
But isn't, as we're wrapping this up, but isn't that a factor of I forgot what I was going to say. I guess I'm getting tired.
Dude.
I know. I was like, I have something really deep now to say that. But if there's other issues about being disappointed that you want us to address, feel free to write to us. Let us know, and we can have several more episodes in order to help people as they're trying to give us specific cases or situations that they're trying to deal with the disappointment. Oh, now I remember what I was going to say. The whole thing about processing things, working through things. In Swedish, we say bearbeta. And I think that's one of the important things, is to be willing to work through the process to get through that, to get to the other side.
Yes. And Rome was not built in a day.
Aha.
Wasn't.
I saw the Lego show. And they were pretty fast.
Thank you guys for listening today, and I hope this 2 episodes on disappointment helped you somehow in your life, and let us know how it affected you.
And if you didn't feel it was good, I hope you're not disappointed with us. Thank you everyone for watching. I mean, for listening to us. I'm really bad today. Thank you for listening to Fika for Life.
Thank you for listening. If you have any comments or ideas, please send us a message to fikaforlife@mail.com. Fika, F-I-K-A. This was the Fika for Life podcast with Linh Nguyen and Edward Thomas, and we hope to hear you again.